Today's message for the collective as well as you on April 7th, 2026 is you are perfect and enough and lovable just as you are. The more inner work that I have done to feel more confident, to remove my trauma, to remove toxins, to purify my body, my vessel, to clear my diet, all of the energy work that I have had done, the more my gifts have opened up and the more clarity and more clear I feel. So I can have moments like I am having tonight and even just like a couple other nights ago. And I literally had the most vivid dream of my life last night, where visually I was like in a field, but it was bigger than a field that would be on Earth, and it was nighttime, and I was like in a class, and there were 6 stations I could go to see like constellations and universal pictures. And the first one I got to see was like Northern Lights, but I was like in the colors, like looking up at it. And then the second one was a constellation. It was just like white stars or lights. So the more, like I said, I've done that work, the more just clear and pure I feel. So that means money can feel more pure and clear to me. My body can, my relationships. Even when I do feel heartbroken and grief and heaviness and pain, because that's what happens on Earth, right? Earth, we have the lightness and the darkness, and we have everything in between. Even when I have the darkness, now I know that I will get through it. And literally every time that's happened now, since starting on this spiritual journey like 6-7 years ago, when it's like feeling like I'm dying, right? Like ego death, the butterfly going into the cocoon, just like a lot of pain, a lot of heaviness. Like I feel like I'm dying because it's so intense. Every single time that's happened, on the other side of it, I've had more love and light and opportunities come to me, and more alignment, and speaking my truth and channeling more and more. So one thing that I have noticed, and I think more and more people need to know, is that you can let more and more love and light into your heart. Love does not have to look a certain way. That's definitely a message I'm here to anchor in onto the planet at this time. I think most people have had very limited ways of what love needs to look like and what love needs to feel like. But like earlier today, I was on a phone call, and it was an older man, 65, and he's in a pretty red or conservative state that he lives in. And he was like, "Where do you live?" And I was like, "I'm in Minnesota." And he's like, "Oh, all the stuff that happened like in January there." And I don't know, he's going through it, and I was just there to hear that. But then he was like, I told him I was 30, right? Because I have my whole life where I want to feel abundant and whatever, and I didn't tell him that. But he was like, "Oh, I like a younger woman." Like, he was just very charming and having game at 65, and like, I was flattered by it, and I obviously can appreciate that and can take the compliment. But I think people do just have very like, "Oh, well, I can't feel like love or anything, or like any kind of sweet feeling good energy." And that's just not true. I mean, if you choose to believe it, then you won't experience more love and light in your life. But if you want more and more love, and you want more and more joy and spontaneous joy and connection and fulfillment, then you kind of have to be open to it. But I mean, not everyone is. Another side of today is I don't really watch the news, but I know there's the first woman who circled the moon in space right now. And I learned online that she's an Aquarius stellium for Aquarian placements, just like me. And I was reading like one thread, and it's like, makes a lot of sense for an Aquarian to go back to space and feel at home. And Aquarius is like, I'm going to change things because no one else is going to do it. So that's very much what I hope to convey in this message as well. Like, you came here to be yourself and be weird and go against the grain, and those of us who are crazy enough to change the world are the ones that actually do it. So you kind of have to be in that delusional or that, you know, imaginary state and place you want to be, because that's how you create it in your reality. And it's doable, and it comes, in my experience, it comes in a lot of baby steps and a lot of layers. I'm learning to enjoy the journey. I know some people are like, yeah, I'm all about quantum leaps and whatever, and I mean, my path is my path and I'm happy with it. So definitely don't feel like your path has to look like someone else's, because I think that's another trap that I've probably found myself in. My path is my path, and if I was going down my path and like trying to follow someone else's lead or path, like I wouldn't be happy and I would push back against it very much. I just know that about myself. Like, I would feel really unhappy. So if that's your sign that you also want to take from today is, I mean, I don't know. Everyone's on a different path. I'm a number 1 life path. So again, I know that's very much me and Aquarian stellium, but it's just my job to share that with you for what will resonate and what you want to take with you. But otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Let me know if you want more one-on-one support, and I'll see you soon.